So this is the answer to the challenge, and what I'm going to do is I will demonstrate how it works, and then you can take that principle and hopefully now, after I finish talking, be able to go back and finish off and actually make it work for yourself. So the first one I said to try was number 3 here, which is to create a page that's going to make an image come up based on the day of the week or the hour. So what you want to do, I'm just going to start a new page here, is the first thing is to save your file so that you can have access to some pictures. And you want to put it in a path that's going to be relative to whichever file images you're going to have showing up. So I'm going to put mine relative to the images here. So I'll call it day of week picture.html. And then what I'll do up here is change the title, picture based on day of week. So now what you want to do is go script language equals Javascript, and then end your script tag. Whoops. And then what you want to do is think of the different things that you have to do. Whenever you come up with a script that you have to create, you want to break it down into the pieces that you need. Right? So the pieces you need for this script are, number 1, have a picture display on the page. Number 2, display that picture from an array of 7 pictures. Right? Because you got 7 days in the week, 7 pictures. Number 3, get the day of the week numeric value from the date object. And then 4, implement that numeric value into the array with concatenation. So if you break it down to the different things you have to do, sort of like a task list, I think you'll find it's easier to do something like this. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make number 2, which is the array of pictures. So I'm going to call mine day of week. That's my array name. And then a good idea is to do this sort of generic system where you make the placeholders for your image names before you actually put all the text in there. That way you never make a mistake on forgetting to close your quotation marks or putting too many in or what have you. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like that, I've got an array that can hold 7 items now. Next thing I'm going to do here is in my JScript folder, I've got that images directory. And I'm going to show that directory onto my screen so I can see what pictures I have to work with. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I have 7 there. I'm not sure how big these ones are. I don't think they'll be exactly the same size, but that's okay. So I'm just going to put them in random order here. Put in Kevin, Ali, Jillian, Ben, Annette, Panic, Room, Movie, Scorpion, King. Right? Now what I want to do is have a picture display on the page. So to do that, we have to do document.write because we want to output to the screen. Then we say image source equals the array name, a hard bracket, and then we'll just do the first one just as a test example here. So the first item in that array, .jpg. Yeah, go ahead.
And that's how you know which one it is. It just numbers from the first one to or 0.
That's right. And what you can do is you can number these until you get an exact hang of what position is where. Oops, I guess I should put 2 in here, huh? So there's our numeric numbering system. So number 0 would be Kevin. If I wanted the Scorpion King one, I'd do 6. And then let's see what it looks like. Blank. It's just image source equals Scorpion King.jpg, day of week number 6. Okay, so it's a broken image. This is good for troubleshooting. Let's right click on this and go to properties. Aha. You see what's wrong with that? I haven't put the images folder in there, so the path to the file's not right. So let's add that right now. Okay, so there's a little bit of troubleshooting for you. So this one actually happens to be Ice Age. I guess I saved it with a different name. But it's still a picture. Okay, so now we've got part 1 done. Have a picture display on the page. Display that picture from an array of 7 pictures. Check. And another check mark. Now we want to get the day of the week, the numeric value. And to do that, you have to use the data object. So, the data object looks a little bit like this. Variable now equals new date. And you can look up what it is to get the day of the week. I happen to know it's the method getDay. So you can look that up on the Visibone card, or you could go to the W3 Schools page and look under the date object tutorial. So what we want to do is we want to say day equals now.getDay bracket. And the little trick is, little tip, is if you use this little thing called alert, alert brings up one of those little pop-up boxes, almost like a JavaScript error message. And if you type in the variable that you've created, you want to see what that's equal to because you're not quite sure, you can pop it up on the screen like this. 4. So we know that day is equal to 4, the numeric value 4, right? So now, let's put this down below here because I want to show you another little trick in a sec. So now we know that this is equal to 4, right? Right, because the day is Thursday in this case. So which one out of this array would come up if it was the number 4? Ben would come up? I think Annette would come up because it has the index of 4, right? If I had 0, Kevin comes up. If I have Scorpion King, this one comes up. So now watch this. If I type in the array name, a hard bracket, then the variable that contains that number 4, when I hit browse, this is going to be the word Annette because it's grabbing that value out of the array that has the index number of 4. The index number of 4. So now it's a simple job of simply putting the word DOW, or day I should say, the variable day, which is a number 4 right now, inside the hard brackets down here, and I can erase this. Then what's going to happen is it's going to grab the item with the index number 4, attach it to images in .jpg, and you should get something that looks like this. Annette. Now if you want to test it to see if it's really working, you could go in here and you could change the day to, say, Monday. So now it's Halle Berry, right. And Halle is number 1. So because the indexing starts at 0 for Sunday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then you can see that that has been changed. I better change this back here. And that will change when someone comes to your web page and looks. You can say, here's today's picture of the day. Another neat little trick is to say, document write today's pic of the day is DOW hard bracket day. What that does is it grabs the word Annette and it puts it on the screen. I may want to put a break in here. So that's the benefit to not using the JPEG extension in your array and actually using it right here as hard-coded constant value. Because you can use that word Annette somewhere else. Today's pick of the day is Annette. And all this stuff up here is getting in the way. So I'm just going to put a paragraph tag here. Put a break at the end of all these lines. Whoops. Today's pick of the day is Annette. Right? You want that to be bold, put a bold tag in. So, one other thing we can do is we can say sort, or day of week sort, and that'll change the ordering. So Annette will now be item 0, Ben will be number 1, etc. Right, so it resorted that alphabetically, and it grabbed item 4 from there, and now we've got Kevin instead, because it's alphabetical. Okay, so that's the day of the week picture. The next little challenge was to see if you could get it to say Thursday instead of just a 4. And that's not too tough. And I'm actually going to incorporate that into this little script right here. So what you want to do is you want to make a second array here, call it weekday names maybe, or maybe just WDN, that's what I do. I don't like the really long names because it makes it that much easier to make a mistake. Then again, here's my little trick where I'm going to copy and paste this position so I have 7 little empty items. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me know 0 is going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right? And if you think about this for a second, this is equal to a 4, right? Right? We know that because we popped up an alert box that told us. I'll do it again here just to make sure you're on the same page as me. 4. Right? If we change this to, say it's Saturday now. Now it's no longer a 4, it's a 6, right? You see how that changes with every day of the week? And because these values are based on their index number, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 6 should now be Saturday if we incorporate that variable with the array name. So you might say, instead of today's pick, you might say weekday name, hard bracket, day, plus, quote, Saturday's pick of the day is Annette, or whoever it is. Saturday's pick of the day is Scorpion King. Change my date back to it actually is. Today's actually Thursday. For Thursday's pick of the day is Kevin. And that's all dynamic. It all comes out of the date that's in your computer. And you could do the exact same thing with the month. So you might say September or October or November. And that's how you do that challenge.